Have you ever thought about the idea that life is a series of doors? We've all thought and said to ourselves, has God really opened this new door of opportunity for me? Is God shutting this door of opportunity for me? Doors, they play out with other types of questions, like, is she the one for me? Is he the one I should marry? Should I take this new job or leave the one I have? Does God want me to move? Does God want me to stay? Should I lease? Should I buy? Should I invest in another home? Should I sell the one that I have? Some of us have entered through doors we wished we would have never passed through. And some of us have closed doors we wish we would have never shut. Life is a series of doors. The challenge is all in the choices and decisions. Which doors to close in our life and which doors to walk through. Life is a series of doors. This is going to date me a little bit, and maybe for some of you too. But how many of you remember the show, Let's Make a Deal? It was hosted by a funny-looking guy wearing a funny-looking suit named Monty Hall. Do you remember that? Here was the object of the show. Monty Hall would go up into the audience and people were wearing crazy costumes. Monty Hall would pick a person, bring them down into the front of the stage, and he would have them look at 3 doors. And what he would tell them is behind one of these 3 doors is a fantastic prize. But behind 2 of them were these goofy, crazy, kind of ridiculous prizes. And what he would say is, you have to make a decision to choose the right prize behind one of these 3 doors. One of these 3 doors is the right door, and 2 of them are the wrong door. And what would be fantastic about watching the show is that when people chose the right door, they would go crazy and the crowd would erupt. And it was always a really disappointing moment when they picked the wrong door and the door opened and it was this goofy, ridiculous prize. And you could just see the faces on people would be really bummed out. Thankfully, as we all know, these doors that we walk through lead to wonderful experiences in our life. And as we all know too, and unfortunately, a lot of these doors that we walk through don't lead to wonderful experiences. As we all know, and it's an important truth to understand, life is a series of doors. Jesus' spirituality and doors. Jesus used door metaphors quite often. If you search the scriptures, you find that it was a well-used biblical metaphor about life. In Revelations 3:20, Christ used a metaphor of himself standing at the door and knocking on the minds and hearts of the church. He said, "Here I am. I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come in and eat with him and he with me." In Luke 11:9, Jesus said, "So I say to you, ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be open to you." These door metaphors make so much sense because life really is a series of doors. And the challenge is all in our choices and decisions. Which doors to close in our life and which doors to walk through. And as we journey through life, these doors can have serious repercussions or abundant rewards depending on what we do with them. We've all shared the experience of walking through a door we wish we would have never opened. For example,
cars we wish we never would have bought.
Money we wish we would have never spent.
People we wish we would have never dated.
Loans we regret signing up for.
Relationships you wish you would have stayed out of. Contracts I wish I never signed.
Schools you wish you had never went to.
Partnerships we wish we never would have entered into.
Invitations we wish we would have never accepted.
Jobs we wish we never taken.
Relationships I should have never gotten involved with.
Life is a series of doors, and it's all about the decisions and choices we make in which doors to open in our lives and which doors to close. Life is a series of doors. Let's talk about it.